So we just come out of the show. Absolutely brilliant. Scout the Musical. Love it. But it is quite late at night. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to head back to the shed and do my full review in the Scout shed. Let's go. Right, back home in the Scout shed. So let's summarize Scouts the Musical. Just reminding me, I've got to sew on my badge. Sew it on. Add to the collection. I was a bit dubious about Scouts the Musical, to be honest with you. You know, I spoke to Sam a few months back on a vlog and he told me about the musical without getting into too much of the story. So I arrived at the other theatre just not knowing what it was about. Is it going to be a Mickey take on Scout leaders and the stereotypical dib-dib-dob and all that kind of thing? Just didn't know. So I got to the theatre and it's a really small, intimate venue. If you've never been there, it's just behind Buckingham Palace, should I say. And it seats, I don't know, about 50 people or something. There's a lower tier and a little bit of a balcony up there. The cast came on and started playing a bit of music as people arrived in the theatre. I thought that was a lovely touch with the campfire sound effect going on. And then the lights went down. Without giving too much of a clue, try not to make too much noise at the start of the show. In a nutshell of the show, it's the Scout Games, and the Scouts have got to compete and use their skills for life that they've been learning with their Scout leader. And it turns a bit dark. Good versus evil, that kind of thing. I don't want to tell you too much, but it's a really good ethos of Scouting, you know, the friendships that are made and just sticking together and believing in yourself and resilience. What I do love, there's a lot of in-jokes about Scouting, a lot of badge comments, the impressive, rather neatly camp blanket, mighty fine there. All those badges sewn on nice. There's a song about badges. There's loads and loads of kind of, not in-house jokes, but a lot of references to Scouting. And I thought it was just really funny how they incorporated those into musical songs and dancing and stuff. Talking about musicians, those actors need the musician badge. They were absolutely amazing. They all played all the instruments, the keyboard, the saxophone, the drums, recorder and the kazoo at the same time. Didn't know that was possible. And just switching during the songs, not even waiting until the end of the song. Halfway during the song, they would just come up and take the guitar off if they swooped off and then played the keyboards and then played the drums and swapped again. Absolutely amazing how they did that. Mindless, seamlessly. I'm not a music critic, but just loved it. One of the characters I really loved was Lionheart, this kind of Aussie wildlife expert. And the moment I saw him and heard him, I was like, man, that is such a Mickey take on Ray Mears. Just beautiful. Loved it. Brilliant. So funny. If you've watched my previous videos, you know I'm rubbish at knots. Just can't do that. But Katie, who is one of the Scouts in there, does this amazing, super knot tying within seconds. And I've been watching the videos over a freeze frame to try and work out how Katie has been doing these knots in record speed timing. I need Katie to give me some knot tying skills because mighty fine. Round of applause for that. I've had lots of posts asking me, Mark, tell us about this story. Tell us about Scouts Musical. And I don't really want to. I don't want to give it away. But the songs are all about Scouts, Scout leaders, kind of working together, good versus evil, good triumphing over evil, shall I say. And if I say too much, it would give the show away. I want it to be a surprise. One of the Scouts that stands out for me, Sydney Spencer. I'm in heaven. That's all I'm saying. She was amazing. Voice was brilliant. Love it. And I wish she was in my Scout troop. And just to sum it up, you know, I would give it, if I was a movie critic or theatre critic, whatever they call it, 5 stars. Gold 5 stars. I'm hinting at gold because that plays a big part. If I had sparkles to Scouts the Musical. And when you watch this back, then you'll kind of realize why I'm doing with the glitter, because that plays an important part in Scouts the Musical whenever the word gold badge is mentioned. So if you are in London over the next couple of weeks, it's not running that long, and you have a chance to go and see Scout the Musical, go and see it. It's not on tour. It's not going around the UK. Once this show is done in the next 2 weeks, that's it. Never to be returned again to the West End, which is a real shame. And I've been trying to talk to Sam. I spoke to him just a few days ago going, Sam, you need to get this on tour. Need to get this around the UK, definitely around the world, but around the UK would be amazing. I know lots of scout leaders were desperate to see it, whether you're in Wales, Cardiff, Birmingham, Scotland. I'm trying to name some few places off the top of my head, but I know there's lots of scout leaders who are asking me, Mark, can you get Scouts the Musical on tour, on the road? And Sam and the rest of the guys are desperate. They would love it to go around the UK. So give them some messages and give them some oomph. And you never know, Scouts the Musical could be coming to a town near you. So just to wrap it up, if you are in London, definitely, the tickets are under 20 quid. It's an open theatre. You don't book your tickets. It's kind of first come, first serve. When I was walking around the theatre, all the seats are ideal. There's no kind of dodgy places or you might miss a view or whatever. It's really good seats. And a few messages saying, Mark, where are the Scout badges? If you are going to get a badge and some merch and some t-shirts, they're on sale in the bar in the show, okay? So there's not a stall or anything. And I know some people came back and said, oh, I missed the badges. But yeah, they were in the bar. Once again, thank you very much to Sam and the team who wrote Scouts the Musical. I loved it so much so I'm going to go back in just a few days and rewatch it with some more Scout leaders. Who's it for? Good question. Forgot to answer that. It's open to all. It's a family show. There's not any naughty swear words or anything like that. It's a good family-hearted show. I saw some Scouts in there. I saw some Beavers in there as well. Personally, for me, I think it would be older Scouts, definitely older Scouts and above. I think personally, my son and daughter, who are both Beaver and Cub age, I don't think they would enjoy it as much as I enjoyed it, you know. It's fun, lots of singing, lots of dancing, that kind of thing. But I think the people that would get the most out of it is definitely explorers, network and leaders. But by all means, yeah, take your family to it if you can. I'll put the link right down below in the comments if you'd like to get your tickets. And let me know if you've been to see the Scouts the Musical and what did you think. All right, guys, until next time, take care and happy camping.